Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing alright. So this is just a farewell video, and farewell just means a good separation, because even after seeing all that crazy shit and everything that's happened, I want her, my desire is for her to have a healthy and happy life, as it is for everybody. So, I don't have any thoughts of vengeance or any desires like that. I do have some words to share, and again, I don't know if she's going to watch this or not, but it's like, Joy, I know you've spent a lot of time talking about finding your man, finding somebody to be with. I feel like you already know these things, but maybe sometimes we just need others to say things we already know to help reinforce that point. So that's what I'm going to do right here. And, this also goes back to my opinion, the reasons why she got abused by her family and others throughout her life is because she does shit like this. It's completely ridiculous to try to kill me, somebody she's never even met. I've never done anything to her. It's just ridiculous, man. And the time frame for her choosing to say those things, like there was nothing, I hadn't said anything bad about her. It was just ridiculous. And how cold she was about it, how thorough and true and desiring she was and wanting me dead. It was just nuts. And then there's also me picking up on this vibe, she was doing it to try to be cool with Bloated Kiki, which he didn't even take that bait at all. He fucking, I think she actually exposed herself. Well, she did expose herself, and I think Blockavia Kool-Aid, sorry I keep calling you Bloated Kiki, man, but I think Blockavia, sorry if I mispronounced that, I think he got to see, who Joy really is, and this is just my assumptions. I think he became really disgusted with who she really is inside. Even in this so-called Satan community or Satan worshipers, there's different levels to everything, and so there's different levels. And that's just a level he's not willing to participate in, because I ain't done nothing wrong to him or Joy, ever. I've been doing nothing but try to care for her. I took a hex for her. I've done all sorts of shit. I've defended her. I've tried to uplift her. I've tried to inspire her. She's even told me how I've helped her out on her videos with Blockavia Kool-Aid, and just been there to talk and shit. And for her just to want to kill me like that is just crazy. But this is the reason, karma. It's a real thing. You reap what you sow. So that's all abuse. That's abuse on my person. That's you attempting to get me killed. That's just evil as fuck. That's straight up murder, all right? And then it's this is why bad things happen to people who do stuff like that. It's called that energy going around. You're throwing out all this negative, destructive energy towards my way. It comes back at you. And you've been doing it to many of people, not just me. I've watched you for, a while now. I've really only watched you probably for a steady year, because I took a full 2-year break where I didn't even watch any of her videos. I wasn't really on YouTube at all like that. And so I don't know what happened in that 2-year gap. But I know in the time that I have seen her, she's talked a lot of shit about a lot of people. Made wild accusations about a lot of different people without knowing a damn thing about them, really. Just whatever the fuck she feels. Just she's talked about the doomsday and all these bad things that are going to happen. I've heard her say that so many times, and she's been incorrect on every single one of them. So, if you try to really find a good man, a man that's going to take care of you and love you, you've got to put that energy out, Joy. And, it's... You'd think that if, me saying that, I would know that, and it's so then how did I find Joy, and that's a good question, there's also going to be the challenges. You're also going to meet the people in your life that are going to try to interject inside and, sway you from doing right and turn you down a wrong path or try to kill you, like what's happened to me. That's just part of the test. You know, as I've said earlier, like my interactions with her, my relationship with her, at one time I thought she was my soulmate. I really did. Now, I'm not as sure about that, man. It's starting to feel more like I'm here just to kind of help watch over her and to take care of her, because I've never really had a super, super powerful, like, sexual drive towards her. I've never really been, like, really, really, really attracted. Like, there was one time, like, couple of months when I felt, I guess you could say, infatuated with her, and I did think she was extremely sexy with her long hair and the way she looked and the nature and all this and that. But, that was one small little glimpse, and I think a lot of that just had to do with the fact that our chemistry, our vibes were merging in a good way. And I think she was also more aligned in a more healthier way of living. So just in general, our energies were in a similar place. Now, they're not in similar places at all. They're in very, very different places. When I look at her face and I see the way that she is, I don't want to be too offensive, but it's very repulsive. Like, it's just like disgusting. Like, I can't see myself with somebody like that at all. She needs rehabilitation. She needs help. She needs somebody to, she needs to take accountability first, admit to the things that she's done, change her ways, stop trying to solve things just by killing people, realize that she doesn't have everything fucking figured it out. There's a lot of things she needs to do to grow up on. And the first step in fixing a problem is admitting that you have a problem in the first place. Like, there's a real reason why she gets a check every month instead of having to work a job like everybody else. Real good reason, and she should actually, it'd probably be good for her to stop taking that check and get a real job, interact with humanity, help them out, socialize more, like not online, not just going to the bars to find a man. Take some time to do you. Like, you really do jump from dude to dude to dude to dude to dude. I don't know how many times I've heard you talk about somebody else that you're talking to, that you're about to fuck, that you want to fuck. When you were just talking to Bloated Kiki, and before that you were talking to me, and it's like you've talked about all these different dudes. You're trying to fill a void inside yourself. That's your problem right there, is you're relying solely on somebody else to, like, make your life better. You need to learn how to love yourself first, Joy. Take care of you first, and then you can really be something good for somebody else. But until you are able to take care of you, you're going to be dependent on that other person. And you're always going to be clinging onto that other person. You're going to be overbearing to that other person. You're not going to really be able to love them because you don't even love yourself. Nobody who tries to get somebody killed like that really loves themselves. I'm sorry, we're not even in the same state. We don't even know each other. It's not like I'm harassing you. You could easily avoid me and not fucks with me at all because it's an online thing. And instead you let it get to you so much that you actually went and had a verbal conversation with somebody in the nudist resort to have me killed. That's some crazy shit, girl. That's some really fucking crazy shit. Really crazy. Like, you need to take a look in the mirror and realize how crazy you really are. I know I'm crazy. I got my levels to craziness, but they don't go that far. I don't resolve things like that. We all get emotional, say things in emotional states, but you were premeditating this stuff. This is stuff you thought about. These are actions you did in unison of each other to get to a certain point to get me dead. You fucking asked for my phone number knowing that I would give it to you because I got feelings for you. Like, things like that. It wasn't just one emotional outburst. No, this was a whole series of events you tried to orchestrate to get me killed. That's really fucked up. And for what? What the hell did I even do to you? And it's like, do you take any accountability for the things that you've said that are in a flattering position or in a positive situation to me? I mean, you just take no accountability. You call everybody else a bitch. You call everybody else weak and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and yet you're the biggest, weakest, bitchiest one of them all. I admitted to being a bitch because I think we all got things that we're bitches in. We all got things we got to grow in. Nobody's absolutely perfect, even though we're all perfect. We're imperfectly perfect, but we all got things to grow. So when I heard you call me out like that, and I didn't even watch the video, but I acknowledged it because, yeah, a stronger part of me would have been able to watch your videos. But now I see that there is a bigger reason than I was aware of that's keeping me from watching your videos, because there is literally so much diabolical deception inside of you right now. It's, for somebody like me who's very naive and sensitive, it's literally hurtful to my psyche. Watching the energy you have right now to say those type of things radiates, and everybody who watches it is picking up and absorbing your murderous, evil energy. So they're becoming more evil just by watching your videos. It's really fucked up. And it's sad too, because I don't believe in the rehabilitation of this medical system that we live in, so there really isn't anywhere you can just go and get help. That's what I'm working on developing, is a place like that where people can go and heal from this type of shit and have other activities and exercises and places to talk and people to be around and things to do that can help them heal from the trauma inside, because hurt people. That's why there's something I've done to hurt you. And, I'd like to know, but to be honest, I mean, let's be real. She's not going to want to do a stream with me. That's fine. I'm over it, man. I don't even know if I want to do a stream with her because I can't trust what she says. And just that she turned it to that two-facedness, like the tone of it, and she was naked while she was speaking it. Like the whole situation is just like icky, ugh. And it's like, you wonder why Bloated Kiki didn't want nothing to do with you. Bloated Kiki, in my opinion, Blockavia Kool-Aid, he has honor. I don't think Joy has any honor. She done left her honor. When she did shit like that, that's her losing her honor. She's lied about so many things. You lose your honor after you do that. To a certain point, you lose your honor. Now, like I said, I don't think Blockavia Kool-Aid's lost his honor. He's straight up with what the fuck he's about. And he's still looking out for people like myself, even though I'm an angel, or claiming to be equipped the angels online. And he's literally kind of batting for the other side, but he still sees something that's too fucked up for that, because he at least, I think, has some type of respect for me and in life, to where he knows and he's tired of seeing Joy fuck with people. So he was like, whoa, that's crossing the line. This dude ain't done you dirty like that, girl. Like, you're taking it way too fucking far. You're taking it to some dirty depths. He still has a sense of honor, a bushido, of treating people right, of having respect for each other and your fellow human beings, and only giving dirt back to those who've done dirt to him. And I ain't done dirt to you, girl. You just fucking want to take everything out on me because of some fucked up reason that nobody else of us know about. Only you know. I think it has to do with Yoki, because I've gotten that multiple times. But I don't know. That's up for you to decide. You did that all on your own volition. I never said a word about you doing that for Yoki, or abandoning Yoki, or letting Yoki go. Never said a word about that. I would not suggest that to you, because Yoki, first of all, isn't properly trained to be outside. You're not in the best situation to do that. It's just... There's ways you can go about. I mean, you should have relocated the house. That's what you should have done, is like been like, okay, this is not a good house for us. We need to get a better house with a big yard for Yoki. But instead, you decided just to let her go, which is fucked up. I wouldn't do that. Even though Little Bear living with him in the middle of the city it sucks, and it's not cool to him, and it's not cool to the neighbors, it's not cool to the family. I still wouldn't just let him out in the streets, because I know he'd get killed. Or he might end up in a worse situation than he was before. Instead, I'm going to try to relocate and find a good situation for him so that he can have a better life. Or really take the time to find a good trainer, a good home, a good place for him to live with friends, instead of just letting him run and be free. And it's also kind of fucked up that Yoki didn't come back. If she really loved you, if Yoki, I don't want to hurt, I don't want to say things too offensive, but dogs know how to come home. And she didn't want to come back home. It also says something about your energy. Yoki was a pure spirit, and you're doing impure things, so she's not going to want to be around you. It is what it is. Dogs are very sensitive. And I am somebody that literally was trying the best of my abilities. I might not be the sexiest dude in the world, but I try to help out. I try to protect. I try to defend. And there's things that I've done that y'all been watching have seen me do, where I put myself in harm's way to help protect you. And this is how you treat me. This is how you treat somebody trying to help you. And then you think you're going to find some perfect dude out there after you've already treated me like shit and a bunch of other people like shit? You got another thing coming. Now you're engaged in this another relationship with this dude, and it's like, you can't just stop and take a second for yourself. Figure out your own shit. Find some good honor. Find some morals. Make some amends. There's better things in life than just finding dick, which is what it all looks like you want. You talk about the heart and people losing themselves in each other, but, first you got to know where you are and who you are and what you're getting yourself into. And if you're still saying things like this not too long ago, then you're merging with somebody with that type of energy, you're essentially going to be tainting them. So, that's not cool to them. Does this dude know that you try to get me killed? Like, be real about stuff. You're Miss Real. That's your whole thing, is being fucking real and honest, and yet you can't even be real and honest to me and why you wanted to kill me. And I bet you can't even tell all these other people that you tried to have me fucking killed. Are you that honorable and brave that you could tell them and be okay with how they look at you? Because that's not a healthy person. There's no good reason why you should have me killed. None at all. The time that you did it too, I was in a pretty down spot. You'd already done and did your thing with Mr. Irish. You already told me you didn't want nothing to do with me. I wasn't coming to go meet you at the nudist facility. I wasn't threatening you or anything like that. And yet you still wanted to have me killed. You chose to come to Florida after I was already in Florida. You know, you were in Columbus, Georgia when I got to Florida, and then you chose to move yourself closer to me, and then you made moves to get me killed while being there. This shit is crazy. Like, you did the whole thing. You even called Daniel while we were streaming together when I was back in Oregon and said all these good things about me, and told me to keep on contacting him to try to encourage me to go to Florida, to be at the nudist colony, and I'm sure you had ideas of going there too. Because as you surely did, and you'd always talked about how you missed the place and how you want to be naked. Talking about your pussy being in my face. All these things that you talked about. And then you want to fucking just kill me. And you talk about how it's so simple to solve the problems, yet your problem is just killing something. It doesn't solve the problem anyways. Because that energy that you're killing or supposed to be trying to kill, it's still around. It's still living. It's still moving. It's still here. It doesn't just go away. That's why destroying all of humanity in some type of catastrophe is not going to solve the problem. Because that energy resonance, that information, that soul pattern of all these beings that were to get wiped out, they're still here. They still need rehab. That's why war never solves anything. Because all you're doing is perpetuating more violence. You're not actually taking them out. You're just transferring a different era and a different time. You're delaying it. You're putting it off instead of dealing with the problem in the core, which is stopping to perpetuate it, being the bigger person and turning the cheek. The way Jesus taught us. That's the right way. That's the most honorable way. That's the real gangster way, really. It's different when somebody walks in your line and tries to fucking slight you. You got to do what you got to do to survive. But when you just fucking trying to pay back just to pay back because you can't take what came to you because they deserve to come to you, that's you being weak. That's you being a fool. That's you being a chump, really. So I hope you stop with your chumpish ways. I hope you learn. I hope you learn to grow. I hope you learn to love yourself and love other people. Because until you do that, I don't think you're ever going to find a healthy relationship. You're definitely not going to find a trustworthy guy, because how can you expect to find somebody trustworthy when you've been doing nothing but lying to other people? It don't make no sense. So anyways, I'm going to be going back to Oregon. I already done called my mom. I'm getting a flight the fuck out of here. That's what broke the camel's back for me, because part of me did move to Florida to just, to be closer to Joy. Maybe things will work out. I was hopeful of this. But after what I just saw and the way things have been going, nothing anytime soon is going to get better. I don't know what the future holds, so I don't presume to say things, and I don't like saying things absolutely. But no, like, I got to get out of here. I got to get back. I miss Little Bear. My family needs my help. I'm going to get a job. I can still work on the project from Oregon. The weather's about to be beautiful in Oregon, and I'm fucking burned out living on the streets. Like, it's been fun. I met some really awesome people and some interesting things, and I've learned a lot, but I'm ready to just find somewhere stable, work a good job, get my shit together, and continue on with the project. Because it hasn't been easy, but it has been fucking one hell of an experience, and I've learned a lot, and I've grown a lot. So I appreciate it. I'm grateful, and thank you for everybody for all your comments and all your help. I'm sorry I haven't been the best at getting back to comments lately. I want to get better at that. A lot of that did have to do with Joy. Just like when I talk about her, and then other people have their opinions about the matter, and it's like, you guys aren't really like totally involved, but you share your opinions, and I'm very susceptible. But now that I've reached a final point in how I feel about things for right now, I'm fine with the comments. If you all, so I mean, I totally get it. I've been away for a while, so I just want to let you know I do have sorrow for not responding to the comments, and I do look forward to continuing to make more videos and getting back to what comments are left, if any. So yeah, I love you guys. I'll keep you all updated, but hopefully in a couple of days I'll get a plane ticket out of here and back to Oregon, and I'll let you guys know how things are going in Oregon, and we'll just continue moving on. And Joy, I really hope that you find some peace and some love inside your heart, inside yourselves, and you can find somebody to share that with. Because I don't mean you any ill will. I don't mean you any harm. I don't want revenge. I don't want to press charges, but I got to think about that, because it's not just me. Like, you are a threat to society, in my opinion. So I have to meditate on whether or not I should take this to the authorities, because that was some serious shit you said. That was premeditation of murder. That's no little thing. That's a huge thing. So I don't know what to say. You did it to yourself, girl. So, all right. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.